Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
We understand how degrading climate change is, not only for the environment, but also for our citizens and animals alike. I also endorse this plant-based treaty because I believe that it is the only way to save our planet. I believe that we need to change the way we eat and the way we live our lives. Progressive Cities, Halting Climate Change Through the Plant-Based Treaty, Part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Don't worry about COVID-19. Just make sure that you suffer much more horribly here on earth and forever in hell.
How are you, perceptive viewers? My name is Alan. The compassionate people of the United States Virgin Islands are thankful to the leaders of cities around the world that have endorsed the plant-based treaty. May all other cities soon follow your example, as a benevolent vegan lifestyle is the only way to halt climate change. Welcome to our show, Progressive Cities, Halting Climate Change Through the Plant-Based Treaty, Part 1 of 2. One of the most urgent crises facing our world today is global warming. According to the 2022 United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC report, greenhouse gas, or GHG emissions, must be drastically reduced by no later than 2030 to prevent runaway global warming. However, the situation is growing ever more dangerous because the three main greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide, are already at record high levels and continue to rise. The IPCC report warns that while emissions of all these gases must be reduced, reducing methane emissions is critical to halting further warming, because methane has a much higher heat-trapping capacity than carbon dioxide and disappears from the atmosphere much faster. Many studies have found that raising animal-people livestock causes significant amounts of all three greenhouse gases and is one of the primary causes of methane emissions. Thus, scientists suggest that the fastest way to halt global warming is through a global shift to a plant-based diet. Realizing the need to accelerate the global transition to the vegan lifestyle, an international grassroots campaign called the Plant-Based Treaty was launched in August 2021. The campaign's objective is to urge world governments to quickly and decisively address the climate crisis by actively promoting a plant-based food system. The Plant-Based Treaty emphasizes three core principles: relinquish, redirect, and restore. Relinquish calls for an end to the expansion of any aspect of the animal-people industrial raising operations. It also calls for no additional deforestation or ecosystem degradation for animal-people factories. Redirect calls for governments to encourage a rapid transition to the plant-based diet through advertising, education in schools, subsidizing vegan foods, and other means. It also calls for redirecting subsidies, taking them away from animal-people industrial raising operations, and providing them instead to vegan agriculture. And Restore urges widespread reforestation and rewilding programs, using a percentage of the land freed up from the animal-people livestock industry. It also calls for restoring degraded ecosystems such as oceans and wetlands. Since its launch in August 2021, this international campaign has rapidly gathered momentum and is now supported by thousands of individuals, organizations, and city governments. On today's program, we'll visit some of the inspirational cities that have courageously chosen to help halt climate change by endorsing the plant-based treaty. Just days after the campaign was launched, two cities, one in the USA and another in Argentina, became the first in the world to endorse the plant-based treaty. On September 8, 2021, the city of Boynton Beach, Florida, USA, endorsed the plant-based treaty. In their continued effort to fight climate change, city officials agreed that the key to halting global warming is shifting to a plant-based food system. Boynton Beach Sustainability Coordinator Rebecca Harvey says, "Food choices are one of the most powerful ways that individuals can help solve the climate crisis. Plant-based foods have a much lower carbon footprint than animal-people red meat and dairy. Even selecting just one day a week, such as Meatless Mondays, is an easy way that each of us can lead a more climate-friendly lifestyle." Boynton Beach, Florida provides recognition incentives to green restaurants that, among other things, offer at least one vegan or vegetarian main course item on their menus. In other initiatives, this progressive city provides free electric vehicle charging stations, offers rebates for energy efficiency improvements, and sponsors numerous tree planting events. We salute you, Boynton Beach, Florida, USA, for your exemplary efforts to halt global warming by encouraging your citizens to adopt the healthy, sustainable, and compassionate plant-based diet. In September 2021, Rosario, Santa Fe, Argentina also boldly and wisely endorsed the plant-based treaty. Rosario, one of Argentina's largest cities, is extremely vegan-friendly. Many of its restaurants serve plant-based menu items, and the National University of Rosario offers a postgraduate degree in plant-based nutrition. The city is also renowned for its greenery, is home to 420,000 urban trees, and has more than 450 green spaces. The mayor of the city of Rosario, the Honorable Mr. Pablo Javkin, supports a shift to a sustainable plant-based lifestyle, saying, "Sustainable food production generates employment opportunities and social cohesion, an improved environment, and better health for our residents, all while we are conserving the environment and making us more resilient to climate change." Bravo, City of Rosario, Santa Fe, Argentina, for putting food systems at the heart of combating the climate crisis and helping lead our world into a new era. Your decision is truly a model for other cities to follow. Over the past year, India has experienced many devastating effects of global warming. In the spring of 2022, a massive heat wave struck the nation, and India endured the hottest March since record-keeping began 120 years ago. The blistering heat continued for several months, and the summer of 2022 was the hottest on record. In addition to the unbearable heat, unusually heavy monsoon rains caused widespread, catastrophic flooding throughout India, Nepal, and Bangladesh, affecting the lives and food security of millions of people. Thus, it is unsurprising that several cities in India have endorsed the plant-based treaty, calling for a rapid shift to the plant-based lifestyle as the fastest way to halt climate change. To date, 14 Indian cities have endorsed the treaty. Ahmedabad, Amravati, Bhavnagar, Bhoj, Bhojpur, Gandhinagar, Jabalpur, Jamnagar, Mundra, Nagpur, Rajkot, Sonipat, Thane, and Vadodara. The mayor of Bhoj city in Gujarat, the Honorable Ghanshyam Thakur, spoke about the urgency of addressing the global warming crisis, saying, "We endorse the plant-based treaty because our earth is on fire and we need to act now." The village of Bhojpur in Gujarat also supported the treaty. The village's discerning Sarpanch, or governing leader, Meghraj Gajia, says, "We endorse the plant-based treaty because climate change is the greatest threat to our existence." Jabalpur, India, is a city of more than 1 million people in the state of Madhya Pradesh. The city is nestled on the banks of the Narmada, a river considered by many to be holy. With deep spiritual roots, Jabalpur is famous for its many temples and delicious vegetarian specialties. The government of Jabalpur supported the plant-based treaty because it calls for widespread reforestation and rewilding of lands currently used for raising animal-people livestock. The mayor of Jabalpur city, the Honorable Dr. Swati S. Godboli, says, "There would be no Narmada River if there were no trees. And we wouldn't have Jabalpur if it weren't for the Narmada. It is imperative that we act quickly to protect our water bodies, plant trees, and eat more sustainably." Jamnagar is a city on the western coast of India in the state of Gujarat. When the mayor of Jamnagar, the Honorable Binaben Ashokbai Kotari, endorsed the plant-based treaty, she immediately began introducing its concepts into schools and colleges across the city. She also invited the plant-based treaty team to give a presentation to the Food Corporation of India, a branch of the national government, about the impact of animal people factories on climate change. On February 18, 2022, Thane, a city just outside Mumbai, India, also endorsed the treaty. Thane is widely recognized for being environmentally friendly and has won numerous awards for its cleanliness and beautiful greenery. When the former mayor of Thane, the Honorable Naresh Mahaske, endorsed the plant-based treaty, he said, "We understand how degrading climate change is, not only for the environment, but also for our citizens and animals alike. I also endorse this treaty because I believe that it is the only way to save our planet. I believe that we need to change the way we eat and the way we live our lives." Since India is known as the spiritual center of the world, it's not surprising that many of its wise, noble leaders support the plant-based treaty, which calls for a rapid shift to the compassionate vegan lifestyle and widespread reforestation. A high salute to all the cities which, through their wisdom and courage, are helping to halt climate change by endorsing the plant-based treaty. May you be blessed abundantly for your noble efforts to save our precious planet. For more information about the plant-based treaty, please visit plantbasedtreaty.org.
The human body is not a graveyard for dead animals. A Gursikh who wishes to attain high spiritual status in life should refrain from eating meat, eggs, and fish. God has given us thousands of other items that are healthy and totally beneficial to our bodies and our mind. Just consume these. Don't let your tongue and taste buds influence your mind. Sant Baba Purn Singh Ji, vegetarian.
Beloved viewers, thank you for your company today. Please join us again on Monday, December 5th for part 2 of this series. Coming up next on Supreme Master Television is Positive Changes in Countries, part 44 of a multi-part series. Supportive Governments, Supportive Citizens, Nauru, Nepal, Netherlands. Right after noteworthy news. We wish that you attain rapid spiritual elevation through the grace of a living enlightened master.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/gg.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/gg.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule и suprememastertv.com/gg.
Нашите предавания предлагат много езици. Моля вижте suprememastertv.com/schedule и suprememastertv.com/gg.